Yeah, first of all, I want to thank all of you, especially the team here from Salzburg, Mariana, and all the others that this meeting can take place, because I think it's really, really great that we can see each other. It was also great that we were invited to Prague last week and met there as real persons. And another thing I want to mention is, because I was really thinking about what Gunther said before about this curriculum that took place at Latvia, and I thought that it might be really good to try to set up curricula without paying first. So especially at our faculty, that was really successful. We had 25 applicants from the different parts, or from gynecology, urology, psychiatry, that attended the two-year curriculum, and all were pretty much interested, and we just financed that by ourselves. So everyone who came from a different department just brought in his knowledge or her knowledge, and that was going pretty well. So maybe that would be an idea. Which brings me to the point of my presentation, was just a call for cooperation, with this project, which is together with the colleagues from Porto, so Joana Carvalho, which might be here. She's also a member of the Cost Action now, and also Pedro, which we saw before. So this is the planned consortium, and I will just talk about, I don't know if there's something in English language, unlaid eggs or something like that. So it's just a planned project. And I hope that you will help us to bring that into the sea. So Joana Carvalho, Pedro Nobre, then colleagues from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden, in Stockholm, Michael Cito from Royal Ottawa, Elizabeth Letourneau from Johns Hopkins, and our team. So we are the coordinating side for this grant, and we are really happy that we were successful in applying, because it's a large amount of money that we received for this project, and I hope that we will be successful. So the background of this is, for me personally, more than 20 years of working with men who are prone to act sexual violence against children, pedophiles, or so-called hebephiles. I don't like this term very much. And that we have a situation where in the different countries of the European Union, I think there's really a lot of barriers that convicted and non-convicted people can find help. So the existing programs are sparse, inconsistent, and largely unproven. And it's like sometimes that you are involved in research for more than 20 years, and then just a new person is on the screen, like, for example, the young colleague from Sweden, Christopher Rahm. He will not say that he's young, but for me, he's a young colleague. And then it turns out that he just does a thing that everybody else wanted to do before, but was frightened to do it, and randomized controlled trial with a pedophilic man. He published that last year, and I think this group will publish more data in the future on randomized controlled trials. And on the other hand, we have, for example, the situation that in Germany a lot of money goes into these Dunkelfeld projects, really a lot of money, but there are no data that show that it's successful. I mean, I'm part of this network, of this Dunkelfeld project network, and we also have a site where we treat 50 to 60 people, but it's still an unproven intervention. So we have the situation that what we have for those at risk of committing child sexual abuse offenses across the EU is really inconsistent, and that help seekers who aim to participate in a program are confronted with a number of individual and structural barriers. So cultural barriers, language barriers, country-specific, economical, for example, and law enforcement associated. So, for example, in Germany, at most sites, there's no treatment offer in case of a current investigation or accusation. So the overall goal of this planned action is to reduce barriers to accessing prevention interventions for individuals concerned about their risk to young people. This is a bit awkward aim, risk to young people. It was also because we needed a good acronym to be successful. So these are men and women with pedophilic interests, convicted or non-convicted consumers of child exploitation material in the darknet, in the internet, known to the police or unknown. We will use an already available and established Swedish online platform, which is called e-therapy, and which is not only used for treatment offers treatment offers to this group, but also for a lot of other groups. We will use already existing program, which is called Prevent It, and we will develop this further and translate it into 3 different languages. So it is already existing in English. We will translate it to Swedish, to German, and to Portugal, and culturally adapted, and make it accessible in the 3 countries. It's a short 10-week internet-based counsel-assisted cognitive behavioral intervention that includes numerous short video sequences. The 3 countries have been selected because of both different population densities and differences in the development of prevention infrastructures at the moment. And the intervention will be evaluated by Michael Cito and Elizabeth Letourneau, which are real well known in the field for implementation fidelity as well as for efficacy in a randomized controlled trial against waitlist with self-report and therapist rating. So this is just 2 pictures of this already existing platform. So there are a lot of existing programs for other purposes, but this might be at the moment the best evaluated form with different modules and then really a short intervention. And they you can find it via darknet and also via the normal internet. Then for individuals at risk who are already known to the police but have not yet been convicted, we will also have an innovative access route. So to address this group, we will work directly in close cooperation with the law enforcement authorities, which means more or less with the police. So we will provide trainings and information material for the police. And in order to facilitate a possible border dissemination to other countries, the country-specific implementation and access barriers will be studied by a Delphi study, and this is a well-known cost action. So we already had a Delphi study, and this is where we like to collaborate with the cost network and also other networks. So in the end, we will provide detailed recommendations for action for each member state. This information shall also be relevant to all other member states that are not involved in the randomized controlled trial. Cooperations Gunther already mentioned that cooperation is our main topic here for our cost action. So for sustainability, knowledge transfer, practitioners from EU member states shall be involved in close cooperation with the societies here and also with the European Sexual Medicine Network. And also it will be, I think, very, very helpful that Pedro is involved in the World Association for Sexual Health. I've been myself involved in the International Association for the Treatment of Sexual Offenders. Most of us are involved with the European Society for Sexual Medicine and Federation of Sexology. This, I think, gives an overview about the different work packages that we will have. So where there's a yellow star, there's the lead of the work package. So you can see that we will coordinate the project and we'll have the lead on the Delphi study, and then that all cooperating sites within Europe will work on the interventions, on the different interventions, on translation and cultural adaptation, and that the work package randomized controlled trial will be in Canada and the US. What are we expecting? We are expecting to protect children in the end by reducing the risk of those concerned about their risk. So we will not have relapse rate, that's impossible for such a study, but we will measure the effects on risk reduction. Those at risk, and we have estimates that these are around 4% of the male population and maybe around 0.4% of the female population will receive access to a free low-barrier intervention. Law enforcement practitioners will receive material and a new access route to reach detected but not convicted offenders, and the academic community will profit from results that arise from the evaluation. So in the end, we hope that there will be potential benefits to all countries in the European Union because this treatment form will, or this intervention form will stay on this e-platform and can be used by all member states. So looking forward to collaboration. We will start with this project December the 1st, hopefully, but we now have the grant agreement, so we are pretty safe that we can start in December or in January. Thanks.